Now let us make the first ray diagram for concave mirror. First we'll draw a concave mirror. Don't make it too spherical and don't give it too much of curve. Okay, this is a principal axis, this is a pole, this is a aperture. And the first case that we had talked about was when the object is at infinity, image will be at focus, size will be highly diminished, and nature is real and inverted. Okay, so let's see. Because when object is at infinity, it means parallel rays will come. So I'm going to draw parallel rays here. Let's say this is the focus, this is the center of curvature. This is the first parallel ray. Parallel ray will pass through focus according to the rule. Another one more parallel ray I'll take. It will again pass through the focus. Okay, you can take one more parallel ray here. It will again pass through the focus. Fine. So you can take as many parallel rays as you want, and all the rays will pass through focus. It means at this focus the image is formed, because you are getting only a point image over here. It is highly diminished, or you can write point size, and nature is real and inverted. Now the second case that we are talking about is object is at focus, image is going to form at infinity. It is going to be highly enlarged and real and inverted. So again let's make a concave mirror. This is a concave mirror that we have taken. Principal axis, pole, aperture, we have focus, we have center of curvature. Don't make it here I have a mistake. Don't make it too obvious. There are distances. There is a difference in the distance. Now the object we are keeping at focus. You can keep a point object if you want. You can take an extended object. So normally we take over here extended object. So let's say I have drawn an extended object over here. Let's name the object as A, B. Now in order to draw the ray diagram, maximum you have to take two rays. Minimum you have to take two rays, and maximum you can take as many as you want, but rules are only 4. So you can take 3 or 4 rays only. Fine. So we are going to take 2 rays over here. First rule is parallel ray will always pass through focus. Okay. Second rule I am taking is striking on the pole, coming back in the downward direction, making the same angle as angle of incidence. So here you can see that nowhere these two rays are meeting. It means the image is formed at infinity. If at infinity, it has to be highly enlarged, real and inverted. In the next case, we are going to take the object at center of curvature. Image is going to form at center of curvature. Size is going to be same, real and inverted. Let's say again start with the diagram. We have taken a concave mirror, principal axis, pole, aperture, focus, center of curvature. Now here we have to take the object at center of curvature. So here we have drawn a object. Let's name it as A and B. So this is an extended object we have taken. Now we are going to start with the ray diagram. Parallel ray will pass through focus. Okay. And second rule that I am going to take is I am passing the ray through focus. If it is passing through focus, it will become parallel. So if you can see over here my two rays are meeting in the downward direction. I can name it as A dash, B dash. So at C, the object was kept in the upward direction. At C only the image is formed in the downward direction. The size is same. So object at C, image at C, same size, real and inverted. Okay, let's move ahead with the next one. Now next case that we are talking is object we are going to take beyond C. Image will be formed between F and C, and it is going to be real and inverted, and next is diminished. The size is going to be smaller. Fine. Let's see. We'll draw a concave. Just a minute. We'll draw a concave mirror here. Let's polish it from one side. Principal axis, pole, aperture, focus, center of curvature. Now we have to keep the object beyond C, means beyond this point. So let's say I have taken this object over here. Let's name the object as A, B. Now I'm going to use two rules, any two rules you can use. So I am using the parallel one will pass through focus, okay, and the focus one will become parallel. So if you see here, the rays are meeting at this point. Object is this much, image is this much, so it is going to be diminished as compared to the object, and it is between F and C, between F and C, some anywhere between F and C. So again, it depends whether you're keeping the object here or at some larger distance or very near to C itself. So that depends, but it is formed between F and C, and this is how you're going to get the image. So moving ahead to the next one. Next case that we are going to talk is, we are going to take now is object we are going to keep between F and C. Image you are going to get beyond C. It's going to be enlarged and real and inverted. Okay. So let's say this is a concave mirror that we have taken. Pole, aperture, focus, center of curvature. Now what is the condition? We have to keep the object between F and C. Let's say we have kept the object here, name it as AB. Two rules, any two rules you can take. Parallel will pass through focus. Focus will move parallel. So making the arrows is the most important part. So here it is formed, and you can see that the image is enlarged as compared to the object. You can name it as A dash, B dash. So it is formed beyond C. This is C and it is formed beyond C. So now moving ahead to the last case that we have for concave mirror. We are going to take the object between pole and focus. Image is going to form behind the mirror, and it's going to be highly enlarged. Let's first see how it is drawn. Again, we are going to take a concave mirror, polish it, principal axis, pole, aperture, focus, center of curvature. So now object is kept between P and F. It means very close to the mirror we have kept the object. Okay, very close to it. Again, following the same rules, parallel ray should pass through focus. Okay. Now I can take this also, center of curvature one, but I am taking the easiest of all. Striking the pole will come down, making the same angle of reflection. Now here if you can see that these two rays are not parallel, they are kind of, it is appearing that they are diverging from one point. Okay, so in this type of case, what we are going to do, we are going to extend it in the backward direction, but make sure that you don't bend it. You have to take the scale, and with the scale itself you have to extend this part only, fine. So here I am extending this part, it's not straight, just so you have to keep extending till they meet somewhere here. So now these two rays are meeting somewhere at that point. At this point, because we have extended the ray, it means that the image is virtual. Okay, so in this case you are going to draw the image on the principal axis, but because this is a virtual one, you are going to make it a dotted only. This is the object AB, and this is the image A dash, B dash behind the mirror on the other side of the mirror. And this is the case which is normally taken by the dentist to see the dental problems that you all face. They have the concave mirror only, and concave mirror gives a highly enlarged image. So that's the reason they keep that small mirror kind of thing very near to your teeth. So that's the case wherein they are keeping the object, means the teeth, very close to the mirror between P and F, and this is how the image is formed, highly enlarged behind the mirror, and they can see the deformities or any of the problem in the mirror itself. So these are the cases for a concave mirror. I hope you all have understood.